Tips. Tips. I'm just giving out tips. You can do with them what you will. You can do with them what you will. Hello everyone. Jasmin, editing Jasmin from the future here. So, wanted to give a disclaimer. This lovely, beautiful machine that keeps my house cool was on during the video because I shot it in the middle of the day. It was 90 degrees in California, where I'm located today. I don't know how YouTubers turn off their AC to film. I would have been a hot, sweaty mess if I did that. So you're going to hear that in the video, but enjoy the video and hopefully you learned something. Hello beautiful people, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're enjoying everything you're seeing so far. If you've seen the other videos, you already know what's coming. Let's get some formalities out of the way. If you're watching this video and you have not subscribed, subscribe to the channel. It's somewhere down there, somewhere. I mean, it's there. Click it. Leave me a comment down below any college stories that you have. Today, I'm going to tell you my tips on how to succeed your freshman year, specifically your first semester in college. Now, I understand. I went to college in 2012. That was my freshman year. I cannot even imagine what the graduating class of 2020 and the people who are transferring in from like community colleges is going through right now, preparing for college online. Already a transition. I'm so sorry, my heart goes out to you. And I really hope that we are able to get back from life. Wear your mask. Wear your mask. Carry hand sanitizer. Please. I did take some online classes while I was in college. Nowhere near what you guys are going through, I understand. But here are some tips and things that I did that I felt like helped me succeed while I was in college doing online classes, okay? The first thing you're gonna need to know, time management. My sister is also going to college this semester, and when she was picking out her classes, some of them still have a scheduled start time, and then some of them are just like, do your assignments, turn them in, we'll do it. Time management is very important, especially if you're doing online classes, because when you don't have a scheduled time, you gotta make time to actually do your assignments. It's going to be very important to stay organized. If you are someone who does not utilize a planner, but you always have your phone in your hand, whatever you need to do, whether it is making notes, putting Post-its on your wall, putting Post-its on your mirror, or using a planner, scheduling things in your phone, setting reminders, do that so that you can stay organized and utilize your time effectively. Because if you don't make the time, those deadlines will creep up on you and you will not be ready for them. And then you'll stay up until 3 a.m. writing a paper that's due, but you could have just put it in your planner. Time management is very important. And block out enough time. If you're someone who knows it's gonna take you longer than an hour to write a paper, don't block off just 1 hour to do your assignment. Block off enough time to make sure that you're able to do your assignments. It's very important to turn them in, especially in a time like this where that is the only way, because you don't get credit for just showing up to class because you can't go anywhere. I'm sorry. Another thing for people who are doing it online classes, organization. Whether it is color coding, if you have a different notebook for every class, if you have different color Post-it notes, something that is going to keep you organized. The best tip, and I'm sure you've probably heard it before, but your syllabus is your contract for that class. When you get your syllabus on that first day, you should take the syllabus, read it in its entirety. Just saying, read the whole thing, because it also tells you if there's like bonus credit or anything like that. If it's graded on like A, B, C, or D, if there's a certain amount of points you need to get, if it's graded on a curve, that's all in your syllabus. It is your contract for the class. Just read it. So much useful information is in there. Read it. But one thing that I would suggest doing is when you get your syllabus is writing down the deadlines in your planner, on your Post-it notes, in your phone. Put the deadlines in there. But take that a step further and give yourself, like I said, enough time to complete the assignment. Because if you're only getting reminded the day of the assignment, you might have forgotten to do it. So when you're planning out your schedules, make sure that you are also giving yourself the time to complete the assignment. There's two ways. The ways that I did it was like a midterm, a final was like in red. So I was just like, this, you need to prepare. You gotta test. Especially like testing things. Write those down. Quick. But yes, those things you should write down, make them bold, something that you will not forget. And if you're a phone person, because we are in the digital age, if you're doing it on your phone, you can do that. You can totally do that. Use your phone and then just set the reminders. Give yourself time to do your assignment. Another thing, while you're working on your online classwork or anything like that, if you have an iPhone, don't know if this is available on the Android. I don't have an Android, so yeah, but they probably have something like this. On your iPhone, use the do not disturb function while you are in the zone when you are taking tests or quizzes, because it will silence any notifications, any phone calls, unless you like set it up for just emergencies. It will block all that so you don't get distracted as easily. If you want to know how to do it, I'll put a screen grab in case you don't know what it is and like the settings and everything, but it's like that little moon icon. You can just flip that up, turn it on, you won't get any notifications, and you're able to focus on your classes. So I would definitely utilize that, especially if you're like cramming for a test, or if you are writing a paper, or if you have like the scheduled blocks of time where you want to be dedicated to that assignment, then you can utilize that. Now, some people can get by without doing this step. If you're one of those people, you are the chosen one, okay? But in online classes, you actually have to do more of the reading. Now, as a college graduate, I should say you should do all of your reading to succeed in your assignment. But when you go to class and like the teacher gives a lecture, so if you have those classes that are like set assignments, set times, where like they're gonna do a PowerPoint and like it's gonna be interactive and you're able to have that time, take advantage. Don't just sign in and turn your video off. Don't do that. And then go back to sleep and be like, just so you can get credit for there. Because the good thing about going to class is you learn information that'll be on the test, and then you know, you may not have to read as much. Not saying not at all, not saying don't do your reading, do your reading. But I'm saying if you go to class, you may not have to do as much reading. And then if you are on those schedules where it's kind of like go with the flow, just turn in this assignment by this Thursday and you'll be fine. If they post PowerPoints or if they post lectures, watch them. Especially if like your teacher's the one that's writing the test, so they're gonna write it in the words that they said in class or online lecture. That's how the questions are written. So you should figure out what they're saying, because then you know what answer they're looking for. Tips. I'm just giving out tips. You can do with them what you will. You can do with them what you will. One final tip for online classes is do your best and try not to get overwhelmed. I know that this is a lot. Like I said, I cannot imagine going through what you all are going through right now. It is scary, and there's so much unknown, and you may be into an adjustment period where you're already transitioning from a high school senior to a freshman in college. That was already going to be a big enough change enough. Now you also have to adjust to distant learning and virtual learning. So give yourself the grace that you need to succeed. And when you don't know, don't be afraid to ask someone. Don't be afraid to ask the questions, because if you're waiting for someone else to ask the question, it may never get asked. So give yourself that grace and you will succeed. And then don't stress out. I realize how that sounds, because like you're probably already stressed, but try not to stress out anymore. Your classes are gonna be there, you're gonna do great, and you're gonna move on. And one day, we are going to get back to normal. It's gonna happen. I believe. All right, so comment down below any other tips if you're taking an online class, even if you're taking one now, like if you're in like a master's program. I want to get my master's, but there's a lot happening right now. So let me know any tips that you have for succeeding in online classes, anything that you want to share. Like this video, subscribe to the channel. Let me know if there's any other videos that you would like to make. Like I said, the month of August will be a college series, so sharing my college experiences and things like that. I hope that you enjoyed this video, and we'll see you in the next one. I hope you're enjoying